Today I'm going to show you guys how to change the oil on your Yamaha Bolt. This is a 2014, but this applies to pretty much every Yamaha Bolt. Cue the intro. So tomorrow we are going to, let me fix that a little bit. So tomorrow we are going to Daytona for Daytona Bike Week 2023. I'm very excited, but my bike's oil has not been changed in like forever. It should only take a few steps, so I'm gonna try to number them, and then at the end of this, I'll write this on the thumbnail. You'll know how many steps it is, but I'd say it's gonna be around 5 steps. Really quickly, the supplies that you're gonna need is Valvoline or whatever brand you want, 10W40, but I've also heard you can do 20W50. I don't know what the difference is. Do the research on your own. Then you're gonna need a K&N 204-1. Let's get that to focus. Oil filter. This one is good because it has the little socket on the front. And if any of you out there have changed oil on, oh my gosh, my bike's on. It's particularly hard to get to, as you can see. So if you don't have a socket type oil filter, it is a pain in the butt. Step number 1 in I don't know how many steps is going to be warm up the bike, which I already did. I pulled it in and that's why the battery was on, but got to warm up the bike so you get the oil flowing and it's a lot easier to drain out. For step number 2, we're going to come underneath the bike, and right down there is going to be a 17mm. Let's see if I can get it. That guy right there. For you it's going to be super easy, but for me I have this tab right here for my crash bars. Love these crash bars. Shout out to Thunderhouse Moto for these ones. These things are the only crash bars on the market I'll use. And he also made this step plate and also, or like a wheelie bar, and this guy right down here. So for me, I'm going to be using a crescent, but you're going to be using a ratchet and a 17mm socket. Pull it off, try to, you know, get it loose and then thread it out with your hands, and then you're going to pull it down really quickly and let it drain into a pan. Now that the oil's all drained out, we're going to grab this plug and put it back inside, making sure to just snug it down. I don't know what the torque specs are, you can look them up if you want, but just make sure it's snug. You don't want this rattling out, but you also don't want to strip it out. For step 4, we're going to move on to the front. We're going to take out the actual oil filter. I've slid up the drain pan. As you can see, just get it in a nice spot. And this is where your 17mm is going to come in. If you have the K&N, if you don't have the K&N, you're probably going to need to do something else, so good luck with that. Since this is loosened now and a lot of it's drained out, I'm going to go ahead and pull this out by the tip of it. It'll slide right out. Just don't drop it in your oil or you'll make a mess. Now we're going to grab our new oil filter, and I'm just going to open this boy up. Take off this plastic lining down here. So shoot, this bike is synthetic. We may have a problem. I might have actually put synthetic in last. Nope, we're good. You can mix it. Well, do your own research, but I'm gonna mix it. I'm gonna pour a little bit inside of here. Let you guys see. A little bit around the ring. You don't want to do too much. But the reason that I have this other one is because I always save the extra that's left from, because it takes 4.2 quarts. So you can only buy 4 and a quart at a time. So I always save it, and this is a good tip. When you have to buy the 5th, if you've never done this before, save it and then write Bolt all over it and use it the next time, and you only use a little bit at a time. Gosh, I need to clean up this shop.
Dude, you keep pulling my charger out.
I'm sorry. We're just going to screw the new one on and we're going to tighten it down. Like I said, the other one, you don't want it too tight, but you want it snug. Because if you're running this bike after you do this oil change, you're going to want to be able to get it off. So we're going to put the 17mm back on there and just snug it up real quick. Step number 5 is simple enough. You're going to pop this boy off right here. And we're going to start dumping oil. For this, all you're really going to need is a funnel and a little bit of patience if you have a small funnel. I like to do the 0.2 first, so we're going to go from 7 and change down to 5 and change. Alright, and that's 4. And shake this boy out. Now for 5 or 6 or whatever number this is, you got to start the bike. Since it's nighttime and I'm riding to Daytona tomorrow, I'm not gonna do the final step. Go ride your bike, all right? Have a good day. This is Tardy Productions. I'll see you guys next time.